tomorrow, and why it's so important for fixed income beneficiaries of Social Security, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, and RRB. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now tomorrow is a very important day, and that's exactly what I want to talk about here in this video because it may impact the low-income and fixed-income beneficiaries, as I've seen this in the headlines a number of times recently, and I've seen a lot of your concerns out there here in the comment section, as well as a lot of people reaching out to me privately asking, what does this mean for us as fixed-income beneficiaries? Are our benefits going to be impacted in a pretty big way? Again, a great question, and I want to clear the air with this issue and what's going on tomorrow, so let's get into it and discuss all those details. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, watching all this information hitting the wire, doing the research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay updated with what's actually going on as things continue to change very rapidly. We're getting new updates, new reports, new announcements, and all kinds of information, and I want to bring that to you each and every day. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and also remember, I am here for you in any way that I can be. That's my dedication, that's my commitment, and as always, that is my promise to you and everybody right here in the community. All right, thanks again. Let's get into it and talk about tomorrow, what's going on, and why is this so incredibly important and possibly impactful for low-income and fixed-income beneficiaries. All right, so like I said, I've been seeing this in the headlines. I've been seeing this showing up a few times recently, and I actually talked about this a few days ago as well. But considering the number of concerns and questions I've seen about this, I want to talk about it yet again really fast. All right, so let me clear the air on this really fast right here, right now. Will your benefits be stopping tomorrow? No. Will your benefits be ending next month? No, they're not going anywhere, okay? So now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about what's going on. Tomorrow, according to the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, the United States will be hitting the debt ceiling tomorrow, apparently, okay? So basically what this means is all the money that Congress has appropriated, in other words, all the money that Congress has approved for the federal government to spend as of the last time they raised the debt ceiling a little over a year ago, about 14 months or so ago? Maybe about 13 months ago or so, Congress raised the debt ceiling up to $31.4 trillion. In other words, they basically said, we can allow the country to go into $31.4 trillion worth of debt in this country, and that's it. Well, as of right now, Congress needs to raise the debt ceiling again, or they need to come up with some kind of solution to figure out what they're going to do to pay the bills here. Otherwise, the country may go into default. In other words, the country can't pay the bills. That's basically what it comes down to, right? So let me give you just a really fast example here, and I used this one the other day in a separate video, but let me just say it again really fast here. Basically comes down to like us. If we have, rent payments, or if we have a mortgage, something like that, if we can't pay the bills, what happens to us? Well, in the event of a mortgage, they foreclose. In the event of renting, well, then they evict us, right? So that is what it comes down to. It's kind of the same thing with the federal government. If they don't have the money to pay the bills, what happens? They default. They foreclose, essentially, right? So it's kind of the same thing. We lose all the credibility of this country to pay our bills. Seems kind of weird, right? Like, how could a country do this? Well, it's a real thing, and we're basically there right now, okay? So here's what it comes down to. Tomorrow, again, is the day in which the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, has indicated we will be hitting the debt ceiling, okay? So what does that mean for us and fixed income beneficiaries? Now, there's a lot of talk out there that says when we hit the debt ceiling, this means that Social Security benefits, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, and RRB, will stop. No, not really, okay? Let's take that back for just a second because that's not totally accurate. Now, here's the thing. In some instances, there may be a delay to these payments. However, as I described the other day, and I want to say it again right here, which is Congress does have a plan. Now, again, Congress does not have a plan on raising the debt ceiling yet. However, they do have a plan floating around Congress which states the federal government will continue to pay the interest on the debt that we have, and they will continue to make sure and ensure that the payments for millions upon millions of Social Security, SSDI, retirement survivors, SSI, VA, and RRB beneficiaries will continue to go out in the event the debt ceiling is not raised, okay? So that is the key language out of Congress that we want to focus on, because they're clearly stating that. They're basically saying, hey, everybody, gather around, let's huddle for a second. If we can't get our work done here, let's ensure that the 70 million beneficiaries in this country will continue to get their monthly payments. So let's just be, let me say this much. We don't have a whole lot of faith in Congress, right? Well, at least I don't. I can't speak for everybody, but I'm going to be real with you right now. I don't have a whole lot of faith in Congress to do virtually anything, okay? But it's nice that they came to their senses here, and they do have a conscience, which basically says that in the event that they cannot get their work done, they will ensure that fixed income beneficiaries will continue to get their monthly checks. So it's basically what they're saying. Obviously, they're using much more intelligent language than I'm using, but basically that's how I understand it. My understanding on this and the language that is floating around this, kind of agreement in Congress, okay? Could this possibly change? Well, yeah, of course. Anything can always change in Congress, right? We never really believe/trust anything out of Congress until we see it in action, right? I mean, how many times have we talked about this over the last couple of years here, where Congress talks about one thing, and then sure enough, a second later, they're talking out the other side of their, out the other side of their mouth, right? How many times have we seen this happen, right? Typical politics, right? So anyway, when it comes down to it, for your monthly benefits, no, they will not be ending tomorrow. No, they will not be ending next week. And when it comes down to it, I honestly wouldn't be concerned about this, okay? Now, one more quick other side note that I want to throw out there as well. The Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, last week, I believe it was on, when was it? I think it was on Friday of last week. It could have been Thursday. I think it was Friday of last week. Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, indicated that we would be hitting the debt ceiling tomorrow, okay? Well, as a result of that, she indicated that the Treasury will start taking special accounting maneuvers to make sure that, we don't hit the debt ceiling and that we don't default here in this country. In other words, I'm going to be real with you right now for a second. I don't know what this means as far as special accounting maneuvers. I have no clue what she's talking about, okay? I'm just being real with you. I don't know what they're doing behind the scenes there, but apparently Janet Yellen is doing something with the Treasury and, playing around with some numbers. I don't know what that is, but that's what she indicated, is they're doing some kind of accounting maneuvers to make sure that we don't default in this country. She also indicated, because of these accounting maneuvers that they're pulling there, again, seems kind of fishy to me. I'm just saying, I smell a rat, right? Anyway, according to what they're doing there, apparently this is going to push out any type of default here in this country out until roughly June. So, early-ish June. So it sounds like to me, again, my understanding is this would give us about, I'm going to count on my fingers for a second because I don't know how many months that is. February, March, April, May, 4 months, okay? I just counted on my fingers, okay? I know, I'm not like, a brainiac or anything. But anyway, my point is, this is going to give us about 4 months, give or take a little bit of time, for Congress to figure this out, okay? So even though tomorrow is kind of the key date, the Treasury is still pulling off these special accounting maneuvers to make sure that we don't actually default in this country. And it's going to kick the can down the road about 4 months, okay? Earliest June, give or take a little bit of time. So gives us about 4 months time between now and then to kind of figure things out, okay? So it doesn't mean that we need to figure something out. It simply means that Congress is the one who will need to figure this out. And that's what they're talking about now. And I'm going to be real with you. According to my understanding on this and what I've been hearing about this, it sounds like they're getting a whole lot of nothing done on it. Are we shocked? Well, probably not really, okay? So anyway, this is my understanding of all this stuff. And again, as I get more details on this, I'll bring it to your attention. But for those of you that are concerned that your payments are going to be ending next month or next week, they're not. Please don't be concerned about this. According to my understanding and everything that's going on, there will be no disruption to payments. However, to be fair, in the event that Congress does nothing, and in the event that Congress had no agreement of any kind at all to ensure payments would continue going out, then, according to my understanding, is there could possibly be a delay to the delivery of these payments. And I mean, how much that delay could be, I don't know. They've indicated previously that it could be a few days, it could be a week or two, I don't really know. But all that we know right now is that anybody that receives a fixed income benefit relies on that benefit. In fact, I've talked about the statistics before in other videos where like 90% of fixed income beneficiaries rely on, it's like 90+% of their monthly benefit for the bulk of their income every month. So you can see here, the vast majority of fixed income beneficiaries rely on their monthly benefit for the vast majority of their monthly income. Very important, right? So anyway, I hope that this clears it up a little bit further. And again, for those of you that have left some comments and concerns down below, as well as the few emails that I've received, again, I hope this clears it up for you. So please leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. If you need me to elaborate on this further, of course, I can always come back and talk about it more. But again, this is my understanding of it, and this is my interpretation of what's going on right now, okay? So when it comes down to it, of course, it's just like everything else, kind of a touch and go type of situation. As I get further details on any of this, I'll be here for you, breaking it down and letting you know what's going on, what we need to watch, what we need to be concerned about, if anything, and where we go from here. So anyway, hope this one helps you, and I hope this gives you a little bit of relief when it comes down to this. I'm going to say this much one more time. Please don't be concerned about it, okay? As of right now, there is nothing, according to what I'm understanding on this, nothing to be concerned about. But could that change? It could, but as of right now, it sounds like you're good, okay? So hope that helps you out a little bit. Again, I will keep an eye on this, as well as all the other things that are coming out right now, and as I do get more details on anything, I will bring it to your attention right away as I get it, just like I do every single day, which is exactly why I bring you 3 different videos every single day, because there's literally so much going on, and I'm going across multiple different news sources every single day. About 25 sources is what I go across every single day to find this information for you, and then I bring it to you in these short videos. So anyway, I'm doing my best here to help you out as much as possible. Please enjoy your day. Again, I hope you can take a sigh of relief on this one. If this is something that's been keeping you up at night, don't let it. There's no reason for it to, okay? It's just not going to be a problem right now. So anyway, please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands upon thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, have a good one, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.